Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. It's from Canto 1, Chapter 7, texts 38 and 39, and they are given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So this is a recording, and we request that you kick up the volume of your listening devices. Without further ado, we'll start the class. Hare Krishna.
Translation. Furthermore, I have personally heard you promise Draupadi that you would bring forth the head of the killer of her sons. Therefore, Asau, this man, Vadyatam, will be killed. The sinner, Atatai, assaulted. Atma, Bandhuha, killer of sons. Bhartu, of the master. Cha, also. Vipriyam, having not satisfied. Vira, a warrior. Kritavan, one who has done it. Kulapamsana, the burnt remnants of the family. Translation. This man is an assassin and murderer of your own family members. Not only that, but he has also dissatisfied his master. He is but the burnt remnants of his family. Kill him immediately.
Ahari Sri Shirastasya Jasri Manini Putraha Tadasau Baddhatanga Papa Atutai Atrubandhuha Bhattuscha Vipriyam Vira Kritavan Kulapangs So Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to kill Asatthama on so many grounds. First of all, he has killed the boys who are sleeping at night. And another very important point is that Atatai means the enemy aggression. Unnecessarily one who attacks is called Atatai. One who sets fire in your house, one who kidnaps your wife or somebody in the family, and one who gives poison, and there are so many lists of ascertaining an Atatai. So, Krishna described the Asatthama as Atatai. He is not a brave soldier. So he should be killed. So many faults Krishna found in his behavior, and Bhaktuscha Vipriyam Veera. He could not satisfy his master also. Sometimes the servants do something abominable for pleasing the master. But he could not please even the master. He wanted to please Duryodhana, his master, promising him that he would kill all the 5 brothers, the Pandavas, but instead of killing the Pandavas, he killed their sons. Duryodhana did not like that, because he knew that the whole Kuru family practically was killed. Only the 5 brothers and Maharaj Parikshit was in the womb of his mother. They survived. So Duryodhana did not like. Duryodhana, whatever he may be, he was a Kshatriya and he fought bravely. So he did not like the Kuru dynasty should be finished. He did not like. But when he understood that the 5 sons of Pandavas were also killed, he became very much disappointed, because the Kuru dynasty is finished. So he could not satisfy his master. Bhattuscha Vipriyam. So whatever he had done, all abominable, not to the rules and regulations, neither as a Brahmin or as a Kshatriya, nor even a brave soldier. He has done things like a Shudra or less than a Shudra, without any religious principle. So he should be killed. There is no excuse. And it is for his good. In the Shastra, it is said that one who is a criminal, he should be killed. Therefore, in every country, up to death, a murderer is killed, is hanged. That is good for him. If a murderer is killed in this life, punished by the state, government, then his sinful activity and the resultant action is also finished. He is giving his own life. Otherwise, if he escapes, the next life he will suffer so many troubles. That is, I think, they have described in the previous class. Tadasya hi, tadvadastasya hi sriya. In the verse number 37, it is explained by Krishna that to kill this person, it is for his good. Because he has done so many criminal activities, so by killing him, he will be saved from tedious types of sufferings in the next life. Shreya. Tadvadastasya hi shreya. Jad-dosha jati adhappama. Prayaschitta, it is called prayaschitta. Prayaschitta in the Shastras, prayaschitta is described. In every religion there is prayaschitta, atonement. In Christian religion, the prayaschitta is also advised. The sinner has to admit that he has committed sin, then he is excused by Christ or God. Better not that purposefully I will go on committing sins and then I shall admit and I will go on with this business and I will be excused. No, that is not. It is quite natural that if you have done something criminal by mistake, then you can be excused by the authority. But not that because by your admission you are once excused and you will go on committing all kinds of sinful activities and you will be excused simply by your admission. No, that is not possible. The Christians, they do that. On Sunday, they go to the church and they admit their sinful activities of the week and pay something fine to the priest and they become free from these sinful activities, reaction. And from Monday again he begins. And then again on Sunday he admits. There was a movement, moral rearmament movement, MR. So, that's like we say that by Sankirtan one is free from all sinful reaction. This moral rearmament movement also preaches that by your admission you become free from all sinful reaction. But this should not be either Harinam or the Christian method of atonement should not be taken as profession. This is once or twice you can be excused, but not that you take it as a profession. That is great sinful. We have got also Nam Aparad, Dasavidha Nam Aparad, 10 kinds of offences. If you chant Hare Krishna mantra with offences, then it will not be effective. You must avoid the offences. 10 kinds of offences. Guru Avajñā, Suti Shastra Nindanam. There are so many offences, and one of the offences is Namnad Vala Jasahi Papa Buddhi. He is greatest offender. one who thinks that by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, I become free from reaction of sinful life. So, the whole day I shall go on committing all kinds of sinful activities, and at night or sometime I shall chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, everything will finish. This is the greatest sin. Namnad balad jasya hi papa buddhi. He is never excused. He is condemned. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepts a sinful man like Jagai and Madhai on the condition that he does not commit anymore any sinful activity. On this condition. Not that I have become a Vaishnava, I am chanting Hare Krishna, so I can go on committing all kinds of sinful activities. There will be no reaction. This kind of conviction is the greatest offense, you should remember. Not like that, the Christian atonement. We should be very careful about this. Namnad balad jasahi papa buddhi. Actually, we should not take Harinam as a matter of atonement of Subhakriya. Subhakriya, just like there are many Subhakriya, auspicious activities, we should not take chanting of Hare Krishna mantra as some auspicious activity. It is certainly auspicious, but generally people perform some auspicious activity, Subhakriya, to counteract their impious activities. This should not be done. This is also another offense. You cannot utilize Harinam for any material purpose. Material purpose is just like generally people go to a guru for benefit of some material purpose. Sir, I have got some colic pain within my abdomen. Kindly give me your blessing. The materialistic person, they are after blessing for some material benefit. They are not after Krishna. That is another offense. Therefore, to go to Guru or to accept a Guru, there should not be any material purpose. Tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva vigacche. One should go to a Guru for spiritual advancement of life, not as a fashion. People go to a Guru as a fashion. My Guru Maharaj used to say that don't make a Guru just like you keep a dog as a fashion. Nowadays it has become a fashion to keep a dog. In the European, American countries, it is a compulsory fashion to have a dog. Everyone keeps a dog. They love dog very much, more than anything. So we are now also imitating, because India is imitator. Since the Britishers came here, we have become first-class imitator. When in 1914, the war was going on. So, it is understood that in High Court, Calcutta High Court, there is leisure hour, tiffin hour. So all the judges were sitting. So one English judge, he asked Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, Mr. Mukherjee, now the Germans are coming, that is joke, what you are going to do? Mr. Mukherjee, Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, he replied, yes, as soon as the Germans will come, we shall offer our respect in this way. Come on, sir. So you will not counteract. Why? You have taught us to make like this, so we shall do that. Because you have simply taught us this, how to obey your orders. So anyone will come, we shall do this. The idea is the slave mentality. The Englishmen, in an organized way, they taught the Indians how to become servant of the Englishman. We have seen it is Gandhi's movement that he dismantled this idea of white prestige. Otherwise, we are taught like that. So, this imitation of Englishman, formerly in our childhood, it was the advancement of civilization if one could imitate the English fashion. That was. So we should not make that a fashion. Guru is not a fashion. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita, in all Vedic literature, who requires a guru? That is described. Tasmad gurum pravaddeta jigyasu sreya uttamam. He requires a guru. Jigyasu. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. That is human life. One who is interested in inquiring about Brahma, he requires a guru. One who has no business for understanding Brahma, simply to make a fashion that I have a guru, this is useless. It has no value. One must be very much inquisitive to understand the spiritual science. He requires guru. Tasmad gurum prapaddeta jigyasu. Jigyasu means inquisitive. Chatudvida bhajante mam sukriti na arjuna. Atma arthati jigyasu jnani cha bharatarsava. Jnani jigyasu atma arthati. The grihasthas, they are artha, distressed. So, if he is pious, so in his distressed condition, he approaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My Lord, I am very much distressed. Kindly give me your favor. Give me. There is give me. And Jigyasu, Jnani, they do not want anything, give me. But Jigyasu, actually, what is God? What is the absolute truth? That is the difference. One is going to God or asking something. And Jigyasu Jnani is eulogized because they do not ask anything. To ask anything from God is the higher standard of bhakti. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, na dhanang na janang na sundaring kavitang va jagadisha kamani. This is pure devotion. People generally go to Krishna, God, oh God, give us our daily bread. This is not bhakti, but it is piety. Because he goes to God. There was Sukriti. He is not the sinful man. He is pious man. At least he has approached God. And those who are sinful, they do not approach him. They do not go even in the temple to ask something. They say, what is this nonsense? We don't require, we shall work hard. Nowadays it is going on. Why you go to temple? Why you give credit to God for your success? You work hard. There is a philosophy, karma mimamsa. It is like that. You work hard and you get the profit. Why you should give credit to God? This is going on. They are duskriti. They do not know that without God's mercy you cannot get anything. Otherwise, simply by working hard, anyone could become a big man. No, that is not possible. Without Krishna's desire, without sanction, it cannot be done. Prakritakriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa. Everyone is under the obligation of nature and karma. One cannot surpass. There are many instances in the Shastra. So, we are discussing the point, who requires a guru? If you are actually serious about understanding a spiritual subject matter, Brahma Jigyasa, not this market value. If you are interested about Brahma Jigyasa, just like the Merchant Association, they inquire what is the value of this share, what is the value of this commodity, how is the value. No, not that kind of inquiries. But Shreya Uttamam, Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam. There are two kinds of objective, Shreya and Preya. Preya means immediately sense gratification. That's like a child. Child wants to play because it gives him immediate some sense gratification, satisfaction. He does not like to go to school or to study or to take lesson. He does not like. That is actually prayer. That is Shreya, future benefit. So the parents, the guardians engage him for future benefit. You must take education, otherwise in future you will suffer without education. So this is called Shreya. Similarly, our human life is meant for Shreya, not for prayer. The modern civilization, they are interested in prayer, immediate, some sense gratification. That is not wanted. Therefore Shastra said, Shreya, not prayer. The modern civilization is that eat, drink, be merry and enjoy. Do not care for what is future life. That is condemned civilization. We should know that there is future life, there is birth after death, and we must be prepared. That is advised in the Bhagavad Gita. Janti deva prata devan, pitrin janti pitri prataha, bhuteja janti bhuta, majjajinopi janti ma. So you can achieve this success of life. Majjajinopi janti. There are many kinds of future benefit. Janti deva prata, you can be elevated to the higher planetary system. In the heavenly planets you get long duration of life, higher standard of life that you can get. But that is also not Shreya. That is prayer. The same material happiness in higher standard. Shreya is madhajajino pi janti ma. If you practice jajina, worshipping Krishna, as Krishna says, manmana bhavamal bhakta madhajaji. Madhajajino, the same thing. If you practice, that is your Shreya. Otherwise, anything you do, considering it is very nice, you are being entangled. Jagyartha karmannatru lokayam karma bandhana. Salpam api asya dharma satrayate mahato bhaya. If you try to advance in devotional service, even a little bit, it can save you from the greatest danger. And if you do not do that, if you are entangled, if you are enamored by immediate sense satisfaction, you become karma bandhana. Therefore, Guru is required who can save you from the karma bandhana process. But karma mukta, that is required. Not karma bandhana, karma mukta. Sagunan samadhitta etan brahma bhuvaya. If you are trained up to devotional service, Mancha Bhavicharini Bhakti Yogina Jasiva, Sagunan samadhitta, that is Sagunan samadhitta, that is mukti. Baddha condition means we are under the three modes of material nature. That is condition. And mukti means you are not under the obligation of the three modes of material nature. And that is mukta. So Krishna can make you immediately mukta. Aham tva sarva papim bhamakvasyan. That is Krishna's power. Prabhavishnave nama. He can make the lowest class of man. Kirata hunanda pulinda puppasa vira sambha javana kasala. Then nature power. They are considered as the most sinful, less than the Sudras, Chandalas, Kirata hunanda pulinda. Or more sinful, Shuddhanti. They can be purified by the mercy, by the power. Prabha Vishnave Nama. Vishnu has got so much power, so that power you can have the benefit if you surrender to Vishnu. Therefore Krishna personally comes and requests you. Sarvadharman parittajya mamekang saranang bhaja aham tva sarva papebha mokkhaisami masut. So here is Krishna's direction. You take all as Krishna's direction, then that is bhakti, and you remain Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. You are always immune from the sinful reaction of this material world. It does not mean you cannot manufacture. Actually, you have to follow the orders of Krishna, just like Arjuna is being advised. You simply follow Krishna. Not that whimsically he was going to punish Aswathama under direction of Krishna. Similarly, in every step of your life, if you take Krishna's direction or his representative's direction, then you are safe. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So wonderful lecture by Srila Prabhupada. So many points about how we should go about our devotional service and what it can do, and also so many points that Srila Prabhupada listed, so much to even talk about. But I'm sure that there are some of you that have some takeaways, so you can unmute yourself, ask questions, share realizations, and also mention the takeaways that you've had from this. Hare Krishna. To anyone to unmute themselves to talk?
Hare Krishna, devotees, accept my humble obeisance, so Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice lecture by Srila Prabhupada. You know, always, it is such a strong reminder by Srila Prabhupada to always follow the instructions and the examples and the teachings of the spiritual master. He really stressed a lot on that point in this class. At least for me, that was one of my biggest takeaways is, you know, following the spiritual master instructions, the mood. I'm reminded by Mother Gita's point, you know, that she has mentioned several times in her classes where she said, I'm trying to see how she said it, you know, the right way the way she phrased the sentence. She said, the actions and behavior of the disciple reflects on the spiritual master. But that was a very strong point that I think, you know, we tend to forget. It's so easy to slip into the cracks unknowingly. It's so easy to slip back and forget that, you know, is my actions representing my spiritual master? Is my behavior representing my spiritual master? Are my words representing my spiritual master? The way I speak, the way I talk, the way I, you know, so and so forth. You know, I feel that you know, it's very, you know, Krishna consciously safe that as disciples, we should always think that way, you know, would, you know, if my spiritual master was here, would I do this? If my spiritual master was here, would I say this? If my spiritual master was here, what, you know, will I behave like this? Well, you know, many, many things. So that's one of my biggest takeaways, how it's so important for us to really stop and think, okay, I'm a disciple. How should I behave? How should I speak? How should I act? Because again, going back to Mother Gita's point, you know, the way we behave and act and speak and all that reflects on our spiritual master. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada, sorry, was sharing that. Prabhupada for sharing that, sorry.
Hare Krishna. Very important point that you made. Sometimes we forget that helping us to be better devotees just simply amounts to thinking, if my spiritual master was right in front of me and I'm doing this, would he approve of it? It's so, so important. I'm glad you brought it up. Srila Prabhupada didn't quite face it that way, but this is a very, very important point for devotees to understand. The last time Srila Prabhupada was talking in the purpose of Bhagavatam about having to study it systematically from text to text to have a good sense of what's being discussed. And now, the understanding also the importance of Guru has been talked about already. One takeaway for me is that Guru is the one that, if you want to know about Brahman, spiritual life, then you approach Guru. Guru is not just a fashion. Another point that he brought up also. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any other person wants to, you can definitely unmute yourself. And there's one message in the chat from Damodar Prabhu, and he's saying, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. He's stressing the point or confirming the point that he likes the fact that Srila Prabhupada said, Guru is not fashion. Guru is not fashion. Guru instructs us about what to do in order to be, in order for Krishna to be happy with us. Service to attract Krishna. Service for Krishna will notice us and how to go about it. Things that are right, things that are wrong. He points all those things out to us. Guru is our guide, not just a fashion. Very important point. And he also added one more point. He says, internally, we should understand this, not just go for Guru. We go to him or her for understanding Krishna consciousness and also to serve. The two things that are very important. You understand that's why we are allowed to ask questions submissively to Guru. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Tat Paripanipatena Paripashnena Seva Upadekshanta Devyanam Gyaninas Tattva Dashina. They know the truth. So we go inquire from them. We understand Krishna consciousness. And also, Sivaya, we have to serve them. Serving Guru means serve everybody. Serve all the devotees. Because through the devotees, we can hear so much about Krishna consciousness. Thank you. For any other points? Please unmute yourself or put something in the chat. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I like the point at the end of the lecture. Srila Prabhupada mentions we should not follow whimsically the spiritual injunction. We should follow the instructions from Bhagavad Gita, so that our life would be perfect. That's one point. Another point on the same topic on the Guru, who are Brahma Jigyasu, they should take a shelter of Gurus.
Yeah,
the people who are
the
not
person is
interested,
inquiring about Brahman. Yeah, Brahman, yes, yeah.
So not interested in knowing Krishna and spiritual things sincerely. Prabhupada says that it's not recommended to have a guru who really wants to know who is the Lord, what is our connection with Him, and how we can get have the pure love of the Lord in our life. Then the gurus, we should have the guru, and guru will help to understand how we can have our sambandha strong with the Lord through the guru, spiritual master.
So very important. I'm glad that this conversation has turned to spiritual master, because he's the one that is the main person that guides us to help us for our spiritual life to be successful. Very important. There's Diksha Guru who initiates, and also the Shiksha Guru gives instruction. And we should not, as Papa says, keep Guru like a dog, the way the fashion is in America and some other Western countries. They keep a dog. Oh, I have this, which means there's a live property. Guru is like a property. No, Guru actually is the one that, when we want to inquire, as Anisha Gopal just said, about Brahman, about spirituality, about who we are, what the aim of life is, then we approach Guru. It's not for fashion. Hare Krishna. And Krishna will lead us, a very, very nice Guru that can guide us. So another point been left in the chat by Damodar Prabhu. I remember a class by His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, and he mentions meeting a devotee and asking asking the devotee how was the chanting going on, and the devotee replied, well, we've taken Guru. Which means we have taken Guru. So Radha Govinda Maharaj was pointing out that this is not how a disciple should think. I have Guru, so now I'm all right. So
Actually, the way that lecture goes is very funny.
Oh, okay. You remember that lecture? Okay.
Yes. The Maharaj asked the disciple, how's the chanting bhakti going? Says, I have the Guru. And Maharaj asked again next day, how's your bhakti going? I have Guru. So that disciple says that I should do the bhakti, and what Guru will do for me. I should chant. Since I did the Guru will do the bhakti, and I should be okay.
I see the point. Thank you for actually dramatizing it even more.
My job is done. I did the Guru. My job is done. Don't ask me anything. Now it's Guru's job. Do what you need to do.
That's what's called a fourth class disciple. They get initiation and say, we don't have to do anything anymore. Everything will be done by Guru. But actually, it's also happening in some of the religions. Oh, I've been saved. I don't have to do anything. I just have to believe in the spiritual leader, and I'll be saved. You don't do anything else. In the meantime, they don't work on themselves, and then I don't want to get started with this, even that. But it's very, 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 very pathetic. Because some of my own family members are in, with some of these religions, and this is how they think. So they think it's so easy, So like the point you made here, I got guru, so I'm all set. I don't have to do anything.
Right.
So some religion says, oh, he came to save us. So I'm saved. Just believe. Just believe. And you're saved. You go to heaven. That's why they restricted to heaven also. Anyway, that's, I mean, I don't want to dig at them necessarily because that's also really offensive. But the whole point Prabhupada is making here is to understand what spiritual life is and how Guru connects to spiritual life and what we should really do. We should be serving, we should be inquiring about, as Prabhupada said, don't go to Guru to ask material things. Go for spiritual. Hare Krishna. Okay, there's another in the chat. When we look at this point, it just doesn't, this is still down with Africa. When we look at this point, it just doesn't mean only taking up chanting nicely. It includes performing services, reading scriptures, hearing classes from authentic sources, all of it. Yes, I very much agree because there are 9 different ways of serving. Hearing, chanting, remembering, offering obeisances, worshiping the deity, praying, becoming Krishna's friend, becoming Krishna's servant, and then surrendering everything. Atmanivedanam. So there's way more. And His Holiness Chandamali Swami summarized it nicely in this day with just 2 words. Sadhana, seva. Sadhana, seva. You hear, you chant, and then you do service. Sadhana and seva. That is a devotee's life. Anyone else that would like to unmute and add to this or put some more things in the chat for us to read?
I would like to actually add more to Nitya point, which is very good, very nice about inquisitiveness, jigyasa, right? And and he made a good point from Prabhupada's lecture that, only those who are inquisitive will have the desire to want to get a spiritual master. And what was coming to my mind is even when we get to the stage of getting a spiritual master and taking initiation for this from the spiritual master, and like this pastime that we are hearing between this devotee and His Holiness Radha Govinda Swami, okay, how was your chanting? I got a guru, So what is coming to my mind is even after initiation, a disciple should always have that, should continue to have that that inquisitiveness. That's the only way I feel as a disciple we can grow in Krishna consciousness, and we can serve our spiritual master better. We can serve Srila Prabhupada better, is that we should continue to want to have that inquisitiveness. It's not, and that's what I feel, it's not, okay, I'm inquisitive now. I want to get a spiritual master, and like this past time with, His Holiness Radha Govinda Swami, I got a guru, I got initiated, and it's done. I'm finished. My, it ends there. No, it's that inquisitiveness should always continue throughout our Krishna conscious life. That's what I'm feeling personally about that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thanks. And Dear Krishna Prabhu also is putting Hare Krishna. Another fashion these days. It's just that other than having a guru to show off, it's a junior asking senior devotees, how's your chanting going on? What are you listening these days? Hare Krishna. It's junior asking senior devotees, how's your chanting going on? Wow. That's interesting.
That is
Don't do that.
offensive.
Yeah,
That's
it's offensive. It's definitely offensive.
Hare Krishna. Chandramani Swami made it so clear, and I think I was listening to a class of him that I host every week, every Tuesday with his disciples. He made it so clear. If I could just find the notes in my phone, he said, only the seniors have that special privilege to ask the juniors. Juniors cannot say anything like that to any of the seniors. They can only check with their equals and below. They cannot go, I mean, Hare Krishna, that is shocking. I
Yeah.
mean, that's very sad there, Krishna. I mean, that's really sad. I am just thinking about it, I'm getting goosebumps because that shows that we don't
Doesn't
have
even
fear
enter
for
your
Maya.
mind to do something like that. Doesn't even enter your mind to do something like that.
Exactly, because that shows that we really don't have fear for Maya. We really think that we are pakka. We really think that we got it together. We really think that we are elevated. We really think that I can correct everybody and anybody, young, old, whatever. No, that means that person that doesn't have the mood of das, anudas, especially to a senior. Whoa. I can just by reading your comment there, Krishna, I can see my spiritual master in front of me with his lion red eyes. Oh no, Hare Krishna, I'm scared.
Yeah, we have to be careful. Some things you certainly don't do. So be very, very, very careful about that. Not that seniors consider themselves being in a lofty position. Seniors, a true devotee who has been around for a while doesn't even think like that. But we also know what the etiquette is, and if you just don't try to, question like that, it's very, 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 very important that we stay away from the wrong things because that will, in fact, sabotage our spiritual life. Very, very, very important to stay away from it. Any other comments?
Hare Krishna, Guru. Just
Hare
I was
Krishna.
thinking, yeah, I was thinking on the earlier point Mataji said about we should, after having Guru, we should continue our that jigyasa. And one may ask how far we should, how long we should continue. And just I was thinking on that point. As long as we are aligned and understand Shastra's injunction, we should continue our journey. And along the way, we'll pick up and we'll be, have the that pure devotion in our heart, and we'll have that realization of Lord's love. So the answer to like that question, how one should follow this path and how far we go, as long as all the injunctions or the principles or the points mentioned in Shastra doesn't align with our thought process, our in our behavior and our personality, we should continue that journey. Just I was thinking on that.
Thank you for adding that point. These are all very important to make us well-rounded disciples and devotees of the Lord, so we can go back to the spiritual
I like
world.
that point that Nitya Gopal said, what if someone asks how long? And as soon as you said that point, Nitya Gopal, I was reminded of Mother Kalini and a couple of other senior devotees in Gitanagri. And they said, as long as it takes until the last breath. And that's how I was trained, by Mother Kalini, Mother Rajalila, everybody. They said, as long as it takes until your last breath. That's the answer they gave me.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah. And one can take, any principle, any, Shastra is full of, how the pure devotees thoughts are there, how his behavior, how he, behaves about the Lord's bhakti. And we can take that thought and see, hey, in our life, hey, is this happening with me? Not, then there's still more time to go. There's so many. I mean, the Shastra explaining like how the pure devotees mind thinks about the Lord and how he has realization on the thought process. Yeah.
Right. So many wonderful points being discussed here. Hare Krishna. Any more realizations, takeaways, questions? Okay, we're almost at the hour now. I'll share what I got also, and that is Srila Prabhupada. These are some of the things that I picked up when he was talking about Ashwatam. He defined Atatai. Atatai is the aggressor. And in the purport of Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam chapter 1, text 36, Srila Prabhupada lists the points, about what an aggressor does. One who gives poison, second one who sets fire to a house, One who attacks with deadly weapons is the third. One who plunders riches, that's the fourth. And one who occupies another's land, that's the fifth. And the sixth is one who kidnaps a wife, somebody's wife. And Srila Prabhupada says such aggressors are to be killed. Ashwatam actually had caused a big trouble. Big trouble. So, for that matter, that could have been killed because he abducted Draupadi when they were in the, they could definitely have been killed. Had Draupadi not stopped him, their life would have ended right there for stealing somebody's wife and trying to run away with her. So anyway, so Ashwatam was there at the time. Murderer must be killed. And Papa said it's for his own good. Otherwise, the next life, that person will go through several complications. Then he also mentions prayashchitta, atonement. Just admitting the sins, you can be excused. But if you keep committing the same sin over and over, then you will not be excused. In other words, we cannot play with this particular concession that's there. That we are, when we are sinful, we can be forgiven, but we can keep doing the same sin over and over and over again. Then that's sabotaging the privilege that's there. So that's not allowed. There's also prayashchitta, atonement. So admitting the sins that we've committed, we can be excused. But again, we do not go on with those. And he mentioned that, this is a fact because I've been Christian before and I know what Christians do. Over the weekend, they will go for confession. And then at the beginning of the week, they start the same sins again, over and over and over again. We also have 10 offenses that have to be avoided. And it's actually the seventh offense to continue sinning and think that by chanting, it will be nullified. That is also the greatest offense. Srila Prabhupada also said that some people come, they say, oh, we want your blessings. And it's to counteract sins. They go to Guru like that. And we already talked about people keeping Guru like a fashion. So the Guru should not be a fashion. One who's interested in spiritual life, that person should seek Guru. And Srila Prabhupada says, in general, to ask anything material from God is not a high standard of bhakti. Bhakti is to serve expecting nothing. Krishna takes care of us. So how are we going to go on? Well, Krishna takes care of the birds and all the other insects. They all get what they need to eat and where to live and all of that. Why would he ignore those in human bodies? So sometimes we put so much there, not realizing that Krishna has our back the whole time. We have to just serve from our hearts. That's all, and not demand material things. Then there are people who are in the common mimamsa mind of thinking. They don't give any credit to God for whatever happens. They said, you just work hard and you reap the fruits. Common mimamsa. That's also going on. Then he describes Shreya and Preya. Prayers mean wanting immediate enjoyment. And that's interesting that he brought up even those who go to the higher planets, the heavenly planets, that is also prayer. Because it's just, for pious credits, they go to enjoy higher standard of material enjoyment and also a longer lifespan way longer lifespan compared to what we have here on this earth at this time. But that's also prayer. Because after that, they have to come back to this medium planet again and start all over. Shreya, on the other hand, is for the future. And devotees live in the Shreya type of mindset. Shreya is for the next life. We act in such a way that our next life is a more elevated life. But prayer is immediate sense gratification. So we have to try to serve, even a little devotional service, he says, can save us from the greatest danger. Now, I know he mentioned a little devotional service, but that does not mean that, we'll be saved from danger, therefore we do a little service and We don't do anything else. Well, the answer to that is Krishna, as Paramatma in our hearts, watches what we hold back, even more so than what we do in service. If we know we can do more and we deliberately not do it, Krishna knows that, and it goes against us. So this point about doing a little devotion service can save us from the greatest danger, it's because the devotion service is very powerful. It connects to Krishna. So a little bit of even the startup of bhakti, just as Srila Prabhupada said, when we have Gaurnitai in front of us in the temple, we dance and we chant in front of Gaurnitai. Nobody that does that ever sees a hellish planet. So that is built in as encouragement in our bhakti. It does not mean that just by doing that, then everything is said. You don't have to obey regulated principles. No. Everything that is required, you have to do. But the process is so powerful that if we do even a small amount of it, it can keep us from going places and in the material world that we'll actually regret. So that's the sinful. Finally, he said, sinful people can be purified by the mercy of the Lord. But in every stage, whatever we do, we should follow the orders of Krishna and Guru. Then we are safe. We don't take things in our own hands. So Krishna explained to Arjuna that Ashwatam was a very simple person. You have to kill him. It wasn't because Arjuna wanted to just kill him on his own. Krishna was the spiritual master for Arjuna, and he gave the order. So we always have to follow orders of Guru. Then we'll be saved. Hare Krishna. Any final points to add to this, if you want? If not, then again, thank you very much for coming. And we know that Srila Prabhupada's lectures help us to improve our lives, and we're going to go steadily through this also. Panchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhya evacha titanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, dear devotees, and have wonderful rest of your week in a Krishna conscious way. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.